What's going on, team? Proof here, and welcome to the first deck showcase for set 3 on Duel Masters Plays. Set 3 came out about, 2 days ago at this point, and so I'm finally getting myself into it and trying to see what the new cards do. And I wanted to give at least some type of showcase going on with some of the early drafts. And I'm actually featuring it with Twitch chat, so Twitch chat can say hi along the way as we're doing this if they so choose so. But if you want to be interested in watching these live, definitely check out my Twitch channel in the link down below and come join when I'm doing the streams. I'm gonna try and incorporate more deck showcases as I do live Twitch. But the deck I have for you today is a light water nature deck featuring snow fairies and the new evolution creature Diamondia, the Blizzard Rider, which says it evolves on top of snow fairies, which we'll get to in a second. But what it says is that when it comes into play, return all snow fairies from your mana zone or your graveyard to your hand outside of other Diamondias until you have a max hand size, which is 10. And then after that, for each snow fairy that was returned this way, put the top card of your deck into your mana zone, which is really insane because the mana you add to your mana zone from the first part of Diamondia skill goes in untapped, which means that you can start summoning other things after that. So you get like a free refund on Diamondia and then some, as long as you return more than 3 cards to your hand. So it allows you to field a strong 5,000 power creature and start adding more things along the way to beat down your opponent. The usual way to play this is in an aggro fashion, but the decks can change depending on what you put around Diamondia and the rest of the snow fairies. But she's the main card of the deck. She makes the deck work. And for everything else is meant to support Diamondia and an aggressive leaning, more offensive variant. This version here has a couple defensive tools just for the mirror match because it's so popular right now. But we have a couple liquid people in Aqua Guard here. Aqua Guard is a 1 mana blocker for liquid people. To go along with that, we have Aqua Hocus, which you should know by now with all the previous videos. Just comes into play, draw a card. And to add to that, we have Crystal Paladin, which is the evolution creature for liquid people. When it comes into play, return all blockers to their respective owners' hands. It allows us to clear the way for Diamondia or the rest of our snow fairies for that final push to be able to get over the top. And the last liquid person that we have here is Aqua Skydiver, which is new in set 3, which is a shield trigger creature, and it's a blocker, but it's a blocker that can attack, which is rare. And when it dies, it comes back to your hand instead. So it's a nice, repeatable, flexible option that you can employ along the way. As for the other snow fairies, we have Hardy Captain Polygon, which is a 1 mana snow fairy. When it breaks a shield at the end of the turn, should it live, you bounce it back to your hand. You like to have this because it can be aggressive early, and it's a nice 1 mana bait for a quick flash evolution for Diamondia. And then we have Sapoyo, which if you are familiar with Quixotic Hero Swine Snout, aka Mr. Piggy from set 2, this is an exact copy of it for snow fairies. So when another creature comes into play, this creature gets plus 3,000 power to the end of turn, which makes it very good for trading into opposing Diamondias or just being able to gain power to be aggressive. And just like with Quixotic, it makes it awkward for your opponent to want to field stuff if they want to kill Sapoyo because she keeps growing bigger and bigger. And we have Melissa, another snow fairy. When she dies, she goes to the mana zone instead. Some of the other support pieces we have is Pala Olesis. It's a guardian creature, it's a blocker, and while it exists on the board, all other creatures get plus 2,000 power during your opponent's turn. So this protects our Petrova, which we'll get to in a second. It also protects our own Diamondia against opposing 5,000 power or 6,500 and below creatures. And both of them stack up with each other. So if you have both Pala Olesis on the board, they each get plus 2,000 power, but then they spread 4,000 power to your other creatures. So it's a nice way to defend our creatures, to keep them on the board. And it makes it annoying because if your opponent spends time to remove your buffed up Diamondia, then you just play another Diamondia and reload your hand that way. And we have Sandfist, a new card in set 3. He's a blocker, and he says when he's discarded during your opponent's turn, you put him into the battle zone instead. So it's a nice little anti-discard option that we have to utilize throughout the rest of nice anti-discard option to utilize on our opponent to make sure that we can keep that momentum going if they try to discard us. And then we have Petrova, like I talked about a second ago. It It gets plus 4,000 power to the creature race that you choose when it comes into play. Typically, we want to be choosing snow fairies to buff up all of our snow fairies, like Diamondia becomes 9,000 power with it. And it's also good to maybe buff up Palaolesis because it becomes 6,500, and then it can help protect our Petrova, because Petrova, even though it can't be targeted, it can benefit from the universal buff of Palaolesis, becomes 5,500 power, which means it clears the threshold of like Blizzard of Spears, which was a common way to remove it in the previous set. So you play that just to keep your board presence strong. Then we have Holy Ah for tapping down our opponent's creatures, and like a nice little defensive option if the game requires it. And of course, Aqua Surfer, because a lot of water decks are going to be using Aqua Surfer still because it's that good. So that'll do it for the deck. And as always, we want to try and get 3 games in, and hopefully we win more than we lose. Appropriate drop beat for the game starting. So we're going second. Unfortunately, this is as it is with most aggro decks, you like to be going first if at all possible. Something I forgot to mention with multicolored cards being here now, if you add the multicolored card to your deck, or I'm sorry, if you add a multicolored card from your hand to the mana zone, it unlocks both of the applicable colors, even though the mana doesn't, even though the mana goes in tapped. So say I had added Sandfist to mana, for example, my mana would show 0 out of 1, but it will unlock nature and light mana cards, or light nature and light cards to be able to be played in the future. So it looks like my opponent is not playing a deck with blockers in it. So I'm going to put that to mana. That seems very useless. And I'm going to play my Aqua Guard here. Aqua Guard is going to be used mostly for defense. It shuts down his sniper from wanting to attack. Interesting to see sniper with snow fairies. Cool little tech option. Excuse me. Put this to mana. Play Sapoyo. I would have liked to keep Hardy in my hand just in case I could play 2 creatures in the next turn. Ooh, nice. I have 4 Petrova, so I'm gonna put 1 down. I'm gonna play this. That's a nice little 1-2 right there. Because if they play a creature with the Pala buff on the board, Sapoyo becomes 6,000 power during my opponent's turn, making it even harder to remove. And it's 3,000 power without even being buffed, so it even makes it even harder to remove it. So cool little combo there. Knowing you have Diamondia available makes it feel like you're just playing fast and loose with your other snow fairies. But they have no way to remove this in their deck currently. Like, they can play Diamondia and get stuff back, but it's not like Diamondia can swing into my Sapoyo. Return 3, add 3, and they're out 3 Holy Ahs. I still want to play Petrova next turn, which means I'm gonna have to give up the Melissa this turn. But if they attack with Diamondia, if I buff up my Snow Fairies, my Sapoyos are gonna get plus 3,000 plus another 4, so it's gonna become an 8,000 power creature to be able to trade. They're probably gonna play their own Petrova in the upcoming turn as it is. That's what I would expect. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna hang back. Oh, they're playing the Dragon Saver. Oh, that's the worst draw right now. So that's one of the downsides of playing multi-civ cards, is that since they go into mana tapped, you can't, I can't play my Petrova this turn even if I wanted to. So that's unfortunate. But we'll play it because it's a blocker. I can already see people gonna be super triggered by Sapoyo because the activation sound not nearly as comforting as Quixotic is. But seeing as my opponent hit 3 Holy Eyes into mana, I feel a little bit safer attacking at the moment. And I want to try and get ahead of them even more because I have things like Aqua Surfer and Holy Eye. Oh, they're out of board space. So if you're unfamiliar with Duel Masters plays, 7 slots on your board is the max that you can have. So now my opponent is out of board space to be able to play their own Petrova. What is, oh, okay. That's not what I expected at all. Yeah, that's fine. So there has been some darkness variants going around that allow you to play, I can't remember the name of it, but it's a 4-mana darkness card that puts like the top 3 cards of your deck into your graveyard, and then you return a card from your graveyard to your hand, with the idea being to load up with Snow Fairies to return back with Diamondia. Aqua Surfer, one time. So put that to mana. Play the Petrova. And with Petrova, when you buff up, so a lot of multi-civ cards have multiple races on it. When you choose it with Petrova, it buffs up both of the races that the card has. So Sandfist is an Initiate and a Beast Folk. If I play a deck with more Initiates and Beast Folks, they will both get powered up through Petrova, which is a, I guess an unintended buff to Petrova. Maybe it was intended, who knows? But it is a buff nonetheless. So do this. So if I don't do this, they can kill my Petrova next turn with the Holy Eye. Now if they have another Diamondia, they can just freely play it and then play the Holy Eye. But I'd rather not try to give it to them. They force them to have it in their hand. So I won't attack. Alright, so they just casually had all their Terrapins in their hand, huh? Alright, Aqua Surfer 2 times. Aqua Surfer 2 times, let's get it. Oh, Snow Fairy. Come on, give me a Snow Fairy. That's a Snow Fairy. Alright, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 are gonna come to my hand. I'm gonna add 4 mana to my mana zone, which means I can play this, and a Pala Olesis, plus whatever else I get off of it. That seems fine. I feel like I should add Sky Sword to this deck. Add a couple Sky Sword for extra shield protection. Neat. And play this. Play attack here. Attack here. Attack here. So they have 2 Holy Eyes in their hand and then a mystery card. 2 mystery cards. And then I have 0 Holy Eyes seen out of 3. And I have another Aqua Surfer. I have Aqua Surfer and a potential Aqua Skydiver. They added back 4, 6. There's the last Holy Eye. Okay. So their last shield can't be Holy Eye, which means if they don't win this turn, then I win guaranteed. I mean, overall, that's fine. That should be game at this point. That's definitely game. Alright, to make sure, 1, 2, 3, and then they just cast 1. Yep, 4. So that worked out well. Alright, we're going first. Okay, okay. That's a 2-game win streak. Alright, so I'm gonna put Sandfist to mana first, like I talked about. And as you can see, it says 0 out of 1, but now it has Light and Nature unlocked. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of Snow Fairy mirrors going on. Lots of Snow Fairy mirrors going on. Crystal Paladin, huh? Probably not gonna be very useful in this game. But it might be a nice thing to use to trade in to their Diamondia. But don't want to give up Petrova to do it though. No. I think Petrova is way too important in the matchup. Don't want to evolve though and just take the trade. I'm not going to return anything. No. I'll do this and hold. So if they have Diamondia, it's basically gonna be free. So they're gonna return 3, add 3 to mana. Wait. Oh, I thought that was 3 Diamondia. No, thank you. Surfer? Pala. Rather than play Captain. Another Diamondia. Diamondia is not, it's really good. It's less good if you don't have any snow fairies. So I understand playing like a super big snow fairy deck, but it's a balance thing too, because you don't want to have so many snow fairies and then don't see Diamondia early on. Excuse me. Trade there. So now they evolve again. So they have the backup. This is their 3rd one. So gonna return 4 back to hand. Ah, okay. You're just seeing the big Diamondia pop off right now. Yeah. Yeah, that happens. Yeah, this looks like a big L. Look like a big L to me. That's at least helpful. Oh yeah, I'm way far behind on this one. I can see why they played the well, this is Bone Dance Charger, but the 4-mana spell allows you to add back a card after you mill 3 or 4, so you can get back lost Diamondias with that to keep the train going. I'm not seeing a way out of this, unfortunately. I don't think I'm gonna make it to Petrova. And then I can play the Sapoyo unless I hit a multi-civ card. I'm not gonna be able to attack, I'm gonna run out of time. Yep, rip. Rip turn, thought too long. I'm about to get out of here. I'm out. Yeah, they just popped off with the heat. They had every snow fairy as their mana before the first Diamondia. So you basically play Diamondia for free, get the cards back and accelerate 3, because since they go untapped, you just net out on the mana. And then you can play other stuff, and then they have the follow-up Diamondia to ramp them up even more, because I had killed off one of their the previous Diamondia. It was just nasty. That was gross. Alright, 3rd game. Alright, we're going first again. That's good. Let's see if we get a good start. Nice strong start. Not the greatest role in the world. Bronze arm. I don't think it's gonna be too useful this game. Unfortunately, I missed out on nature mana. But that's okay. We'll make do. Interesting. Another hardy captain. I want to play the Hulkus, and the next turn I can play the Palo-Olesis and protect the Hulkus. I get that. The fire, I'm sorry, the darkness version with the the 2 decks that I just faced seem really interesting to play. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, so we'll put this to mana. Play the captain. Play the Diamondia. We're gonna get back the captain we put into mana. Hopefully we replace that with another nature mana. And then we can play that captain too. Hey, there we go. And we'll break. Okay. So that tells me they have double geyser coming up in the back. Put this to mana. Power up my snow fairies. And then we're gonna this only comes back to hand if it breaks the shield. So I can do this. I can do this. Because double geyser is 8,000 power, so they can't trade into that. And I'll do this too. Not doing much else. And knowing that they play Blizzard, if they play Blizzard, it's only going to kill the Hulkus and the Petrova. And it's going to kill off his own Magma Rex too. So he scooped. The writing was on the wall there. The Trigger Snow Fairy is good enough to add to. Yeah, I might craft a couple Popple. So that'll do it for the deck showcase. Like, we did win a couple games. You guys saw the disgusting roll that Diamondia could have from my opponent. Unfortunately, it wasn't me doing it, but you saw how crushing it could be if you start with like 1 or 2 or 3 in my opponent's case, Snow Fairies. Then you play Diamondia on turn 2 or 3. Sorry, played on turn 3 and like scoop up all the mana and then add back 2 or 3 mana. And being able to play another Snow Fairy and then follow it up next turn again, especially if that first Diamondia dies, and then you can just do the whole thing all over again. It's like, it's bonkers. Like, just because of the fact that the mana goes in untapped opens up a whole world of possibilities for Diamondia. So if you are coming into Duel Masters plays, even in like the lower ranks, be prepared to run into something like Diamondia because people are going to be trying to run to it. It's kind of like the Astral Reef of this set. Like, it provides so much quick advantage, and being such a strong creature leads people to want to play it over other things because of that. So be prepared for it in case you see it. But that'll do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Say hi or bye to Twitch chat depending on how you're feeling. And if you like what you're seeing here, definitely come check out the stream, because I'm going to try to be streaming more, especially this with Vanguard Zero. So hope you enjoy. Leave a like down below if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Be easy.